not like a countdown timer does anything because, unspecified time before it actually starts. But we're live now. Hello and welcome everyone to the stream I forgot to rename. Uh, the did it. Wait, we're having technical difficulties.
That
Treasures of the Sunken City, episode 26.
Don't mean the Sunken.
Yeah, it could be the Sunken City, the Sunken City, the
Sunken.
Drunken City.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure one of them accidentally named that.
Here's a question. If we ever did a collab with the Friday Party, would it then be City of Roaches or Sunken Roaches?
That would be a wonderful question. I mean, it's currently turning from just roaches into a city of roaches, but anyway. Yeah, recap. Did Power?
Yeah, I already thought so. Yeah, yes. Well, last time we went. Last time we went into the island in the caves of the eastern region of the Calling Lands. When there was apparently a weird squid beast. They had a. I didn't. I have a lot of hair in my mouth all of a sudden. Went onto an island. There seems to have a bunch of peculiar stuff in it. I went through a beach, through a town full of different ancient stuff, into basically like almost a whole sub-dimension, you could say. Into the recent gladiatorial combat with a big squid-looking guy, looking like a emperor. And then we did some gladiatorial combat. He was pulling some references to our previous battle, making fun of us of the almost dying to skeletons. I killed two of the skeletons by using catapults to catapult their own ribs into their face. Good times, good times. I believe I ended up pissing off him by alluding to the cock incident.
Yes.
We just kept making fun of him. I think his name was Lord Camovarian. We called it Camorbin.
Yes.
Just keep making fun of it. He ended up just at this point not even trying to kill us for entertainment. Just want to get us out of there. We then did business with him. Went into this strange stone city-esque with high towers, lots of windows, a bunch of paintings on the ground, white paint and some stone, weird substance, and some whack ass metal carriages. No idea what that could be. Went into an auto opening door, and then got teleported or something. It felt strange, very high into the air. Then we just met him. He had the squid. Turned out he was a Morgoth, an insanely powerful interdimensional squid aberration creature that had its own. They just travels around its own subdimension. That's why we just just doing business. Setting up a deal. Apparently, our dimension is a fucking place to get to. He was here to try to get some ancient artifact from some ancient time of the gods era. He couldn't because shit was fucked. He was even lucky just that he could that he could even park his subdimension in the caves of the communists. Poor bastard, stuck in bureaucracy down there. Poor bastard. So he sent us to missions. It seems to be off to the at almost to the far west near the middle river. We need to find his artifact. It appears to be a glaive. I'm not looking at my notes. I have notes on this, but I just going by memory now. And in exchange of that, Para might get some, stuff to thin the thin the interdimensional veil to might cause some interdimensional warfare. We can see what happens there. And then did Peril did a bunch of just more trading. He got more ink, got a chemical jug. Well, the others got high and drunk. Nick specifically took a heaping pile of what I would call space hookah and ascended different to a different dimension, the fourth dimension. He just teleported all over the place. Believe Rom and Ray got drunk off space beer.
Guess I'm
Nope.
just called Rum now.
It was just Grom and what was our demon's character name again?
Oh, Fiona. So, yes, those two. Oh yeah, you were with me. You were the sane. You were the sane bodyguard. Yes,
I
right.
was
That's
the
right.
only one that was with you throughout the entire
Yeah.
task.
Oh right. Yeah. Nick got high and literally ascended T-pose into the fourth dimension, and then just saw everything for what it was. I believe he even teleported us back to the gladiatorial combat once it's all over. Then we set up that we could still do some gladiatorial combat. Because why not? It's fun. We like killing shit and it's fun. So we did that, and we ended up fighting. Believe it was a very much weaker version of a vampire trying to imitate Bloody Mary or Evelyn's daughter. Strange enough, we could not talk to Evelyn while we were in there. Peace and quiet for Grum. And then we also fought some cultists. Poor bastards got paralyzed immediately, and the one priest that almost tried to cast a spell, he got counterspelled. And then because he was a mage, he got beat the fuck up by Fiona and the rest of us.
Yeah.
And then we just did we exit the cave, or did we stop by once we just got to the boat?
I think you exited the cave.
Right. Good, because I don't want to redo more bureaucracy with those fucking communists.
Yes. So, you find yourself outside of the cave. By the way, did you tell them that you actually defeated the squid beast? Or did you just say, yeah, nope, we're leaving?
Well, we never promised if we promised to at least try to deal with it. Vision, I said like
Yes,
don't
you successfully dealt with it, as in made a deal.
yeah, like yeah,
So,
like we made a deal with it. Just so no, don't send anyone else towards it. I doubt there's anything in this kingdom that can deal with it. Just be happy. It's just staying where it is. Maybe send in some entertainment. It is a nice guy. Okay, I don't think I ever asked it for his gender.
I'm
But he
not
was in a bit.
sure if Morkov even has one.
Well, he was in a big business with a lot of canes, practicing capitalism. That seems like a very much a guy thing.
Also, he called himself Lord and not Lady.
That usually the thing I've seen Lord be used as unisex because lady doesn't really mean shit.
True.
And like lady is a title because they did not have like a lord, like a title of the same level as Lord. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, otherwise, I don't recall. Was the party completely hungover, or that are they still
I think there's
sane?
2 people completely hungover. No, I think there's 2 people hungover and one zoinked out of his mind on space weed.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yep. That will be us.
That sounds like the party.
Yep.
That
That sounds
is a
like us.
party, an adventuring party.
But the puns.
The
I might
pants.
be I might be pale blue tongue, but right now we got red eye Nick and red eye Nils.
Wait,
Uh,
these are the wrong way around. Anyway,
To the forests.
through the forest.
Yes.
So I think I mentioned last time that to actually go into the forest, you would need to go off-road,
Yes.
which
We just follow the compass.
means you kind of would need to at some point leave the carriage behind.
I
Or the
suppose,
wagon.
but I don't think I'm gonna leave the carriage right off road. Probably like a little in there, so I can at least safely leave Ithilion and the Sindani there.
Yes, and after about 20 minutes of march into the forest, you come across, I guess, elbow-shaped house. Like one of those.
You mean those houses basically all roof?
Those that have like that straight entrance and then go off to the side. Like kind of L-shaped a bit.
I for some reason can't imagine it, but I think it makes sense.
Where there's like the entrance area that goes a bit out to the front, and then the entrance is on the side instead of in the middle, and then the rest of the house just is mostly off.
You can
off
draw
to
the
side.
shape.
I mean, I could also draw the shape, yes. At least it's not the strongest shape.
Wrong shape.
Oh yeah, that's I don't even know why I would make that joke. But yeah, basically just
Right,
this
yes.
with the entrance being here.
Right, of course, I'm just stupid.
It's a very normal looking house. Though for a house in the middle, for the I mean, it's a surprisingly normal looking house because it looks like one of those big single family homes that you would assume in a suburb to be in a suburb, but it's literally in the middle of the forest.
I guess the reason why I was wrong was because I thought you said elbow shaped.
Yeah, I was thinking about like elbow macaroni. I don't know.
what
Yeah.
now?
So
Elbow
what you're saying is
macaroni.
the Viking decided to build their house here.
Maybe a demon.
And yes, the compass points towards the house.
Definitely a demon.
Well, only one way to find out.
I suppose.
Wait, is it smaller than a Skyrim home or bigger?
What does that mean?
How big are houses in Skyrim? I don't know.
It's a family house. Family.
You see, the one issue with that comparison is that Skyrim home also varies, so it's also hard to gauge.
Like you would expect that that people who that whoever built this house would have had to be reasonably wealthy.
I see.
It's not like a farmhouse, but it's more of a probably a merchant's home. Not quite a farmhouse, but also not quite a mansion.
So somewhere in between. Okay.
And from a chimney, you can see you can see a bit of smoke coming out, and from time to time, just a big like plume of smoke almost explode out of the chimney.
Demon cooking. Well, I'm knocking on the door with a mage hand.
Do we
Yeah,
have any rest time between this and last fight, by the way?
I Don't.
I-
We took like 20 minutes to get here from the cave.
Okay, then we did nothing done. It's fine.
I
Just check.
mean, the 20-minute was the walking part.
Yeah,
you
but
could have
that's-
probably short rested on the carriage on the way before the walking part.
Isn't a short rest like an hour or half an hour?
Yeah,
It's
we
an
probably-
hour, yeah.
Yeah. Well, then we didn't have time for it probably.
Well, no, we probably had time for it on the carriage. The walking part was 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So from the cave to the forest, we could have had like an hour or two.
Yeah.
We short rested. I'm getting stuff back.
Me too. I can get 4.
Minus for roller dice.
Yeah. And there's an as an answer you're getting. Wait, let me take this out of the oven. I'll be there in a minute.
Harold starts counting. 1.
At that point,
he's counting on his mage hand.
At that point, you actually hear first a boom, like a not a loud boom, but there's a noticeable tiny explosion sound, and some metal clanking onto a floor.
But something just exploded there, or am I still drunk?
Nothing just did. I hope it's sellable.
And then heavy footsteps as before the door is being opened by what can only be described as a horned devil whose 2 horns have kind of grown together into something resembling the Elvis hairstyle.
That was my second guess for a hairstyle.
Elvis devil.
Lucky. Where is that damn token then?
The token, it literally just, everything that I managed to generate is just Elvis with horns. It doesn't look good at all.
Just get a
Yeah,
picture
just
of
show
Elvis.
it.
It's
Just
fine.
show it.
Give us Elvis. If he wiggles his hips, I will screw like a little girl. What?
No, I think I'll just stay with the normal
Are we-
horned devil token.
Are we
Because-
doing young? Are we doing like young or old Elvis? Because like one of them, there's a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Fat or not?
No, there's also like the sideburns and like the hairstyles, a lot of things, and like the whole.
Like,
Way he
these
is
were the results. Not very optimal. Oh.
I mean,
I like the bottom left one. That one's funny.
Yeah, the thing is, none of them actually have the horns in the Elvis hairstyle.
I could Photoshop. It might look better.
Oh my god, what is going on here? The central one looks like the horn is
Okay.
not even attached to his head.
Yeah, the center one.
Oh, poor. What?
Yeah, they're not that great. One of them just has a horn in his hand for some reason. Like the top right one, that's an additional horn.
Well, the green is kind of we are the Asher green combination, and who might you me? I am assuming Delvis.
Elvis.
My name isn't Elvis.
I said Delvis
No,
with a D.
the name's Jim and Aya, but you can call me Jim. Everyone does. I'm
Howdy.
presumably the last living general of the Chained Duke, Caged Duke.
The what now?
Doesn't matter.
Wait,
What-
why follow him if you're like a general of a caged duke?
Chained.
Caged.
Changed.
No,
No,
I
wait.
at first accidentally said chained and then switched to caged.
Like if he's caged, why not just take over?
If you don't recall, I think he's caged because of the angels, and
No,
damn it,
no.
it's the one time I did not. I forgot to write this down. Sorry.
You can actually. You can all give me a history check to see if you know anything about that. And
No,
honestly,
because
just for his background, Peril might even get an advantage on that one.
I'm great with history.
Because I know Morgor fucking told us about it, but I forgot to write it down. Morning forgot us. That's why I said sorry. Advantage, yes. Fucking let's skip this. Let's find a spot in my journal where I can write this shit down.
The Caged Duke is actually among the Dukes of Hell one of the ones where a lot of people, or the one where with the most amount of just surface level information being almost common knowledge, while at the same time a lot of other facts about him are way harder to come by than for other devils. Though it is commonly known that in the great trade halls of the Tyrant City, in
Tyrant
the
or Tyrant?
Tyrant City.
With a
Okay.
T.
Yes. Basically the equivalent of the Nine Hells. In the main trade hall, on the ceiling, there is a former Duke of Hell permanently caged, just as a reminder for people to not try to screw the aristocracy of the Tyrant City over. And basically, in each of the smaller or other trade halls, there's also people chained, but or caged. But in the main hall, it's apparently a duke that got this fell from grace after attempting a coup. It's also commonly known that, or I guess less commonly known, there were two.
It was in the trading halls, right?
Yeah. So he's probably the Duke of Hell that, with the most people actually seeing him, or that has been seen by the most people in comparison to the others, just because when
Most
people
people
make big business, when anyone makes big business in Hell, they would actually see him.
That's why I would know him. Yes.
Yeah. Another fact about that coup is apparently there was also another duke involved on his side, though that one is presumed dead.
So do we all hear this? Like, is Peril telling us?
No.
I feel like giving the exposition just in front of a guy talking to you might be not very nice.
Well, a later date.
I mean,
For the
regardless, I'm gonna be whispering to Peril. Should we trust a demon that lacks ambition?
First up, I think you've forgotten that the disc you've been carrying belongs to him.
I'm just saying, like, because
He probably has a
if he has something worth dealing with, I feel like that's what you're gonna do. Just trying to inject some healthy caution.
Of course. I mean, you almost got killed by someone trying to get that disc.
So, I have been waiting for some information.
Right? Yes, we have the disc.
You have the disc.
We have the disc.
So
Some angel caught devil handed it off.
So you're not actually the delivery guys.
Nope, they have been caught.
Ah, fuck. Damn angels always getting in our business.
Mm. And then the Stuhak tried to take it from I'll go the blue-haired guy over there as well.
Sounds about right.
Do you know anything about this stew hag?
No, but I feel like information on any vulnerabilities in the defenses of the Tyrant City might be something that they are very well interested in.
Always scheming. Right, well, may we come in?
You may come in. And the house you're coming in can be described as actually more of a workshop than an actual house. Like there's lots of like tinkering tables and stuff standing around. There's half-functional looking contraptions and the like, and he basically leads you to a big living room where a toaster-like device has or you would assume that it came out of that device, but there's basically a fine dusting of coal with a slight chicken flavor all across the room.
Flavor? You can taste it.
It's in the air, likely.
Basically. It
Why
just,
do I smell? Why do I taste chicken?
You burn chicken.
my oven exploded.
Yo, what
I
exploded?
would like to do an investigation check on whether or not I can determine if this chicken was exploded or not.
I mean, as the you can do the investigation check, but
Yeah,
as the
I'm doing it.
but as the chicken is currently consisting of coal dust, it might be exploded.
What does my investigation tell me?
Yeah, you go through the room, trace your finger across some of the coal dust, lick it. Yeah, tastes pretty exploded.
I think on a 5, he's just gonna say, burnt.
It tastes exploded, definitely.
You might have put some points to it. It's like you might have overdone that one a little bit.
Yeah, I might. So, if you're not on Ashy's payroll, that means
Wait, excuse me, whose payroll?
Ashy.
I'm only getting
Actually-
paid by that guy. Punch the peril.
It
Well,
doesn't
at least
matter.
Sometimes.
Doesn't matter at all. But as long as you're not on the payroll of any of my friends, I'm assuming you're expecting something for this.
Yes. Well, that's it. Yeah, we are Azure Green Company. It is mainly merching in question. I felt, find this gift. You seem to be a craftsman, though. Money, magical goods is always great.
Yeah, I've there are some goods I've been working on. Although I recently sadly gave out all my supplies of the self-rewriting magic scroll.
Motherfucker. I wonder who you gave it to.
I have a hunch.
I have a roach.
No, I have a new roach. No, I have a hunch. Maybe it's the guy with the tape.
The guy with the tape?
Was he a small, smug little bastard? Might call him a rat bastard.
No. 2 humans and...
He's a halfling.
No halfling.
That's good. Or gnome.
Not a gnome either.
Good. That's good. That's good.
Can't tell them apart anyway. They're so small.
Just 2 humans who taking that as well as one of my constructs.
What kind of clothes did they wear?
What's it? Graham, everyone wears colorful clothes here in the south.
Did they look like a traveling circus?
They were wearing one of them was wearing wizard's robes and the other one
Was an ogre?
was clad in leather armor.
Was one of them a half ogre? Quite
No.
the ranger.
Ranger.
It's not Harry Saga. Okay.
Well, it seems we don't know these people. That's good.
Yep.
Maybe we'll meet them in the future. Who knows?
Oh boy.
Though I should still have some stuff lying around. I mean, there's a reason the boss was named. The boss's title once was the Duke of Artifice.
Say that again, Duke of what now?
Artifice.
And what about it?
He just said there's a reason that he's named that.
Oh, he is.
No, that his boss was named that. You know, before the unfortunate change of title.
Yeah. Then I'm quite intrigued by what sort of artificing you can spice up.
Yeah. We have here we have the finest infernal armory this side of the River Styx.
Sticks?
Styx. You know, on this side of life.
Right, yes. Well, hell armor seems neat. Though, will it get us in direct? Will it get us in direct trouble if we ever encounter angelic beings, or is it just a stern look?
I mean, yeah, it's more likely to give you a stern look. I feel like you might be in more danger if you ever encounter some devil who knows where this equipment came from. They're still pretty pissed at me.
I suppose you were part of the Artificer Duke.
I mean, I literally called myself its last remaining general.
Yes. I said part. I mean, yeah, you did. Yeah, because you did serve under him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what you got?
And he takes you down into a cellar behind.
Idiot fuck.
By the way, all like from the inside, this house isn't sized like a family home. It's more like sized like a home for very big people. Because haunt devils are large creatures. But he just leads you to a cellar with and behind the door with multiple complicated looking locking mechanisms. You'll find yourself in an armory. There are some pieces of armor. There are weapons lying around. Both common one, both like weapons of the kind you know, like you know, your common halberd, swords, and the like. Though with slightly different designs than usual here. But as well, there's some... I don't think I really need to talk around that, but there's also a gun rack. Yeah. Welcome to my little treasure chamber.
What are those? Do guns exist in this world in general? Are they common sight?
They are not common sight, but in the second session, you were in that ruin and saw the picture from the... What's it called? The Devil Wars? The Demon Wars? The Fiend Wars?
I think you call it the Devil Wars. No, Infernal War.
Infernal War. Yeah. Where one of where you saw devils armed with firearms.
God, second session. That was so long ago.
That's literally been over a year.
Yeah.
Well, guns.
Yep.
Hey, Ray, didn't you, Sean? Didn't you say you were interested in getting a revolver?
Oh no. I said I was interested in getting a range option.
Well, you have a range option right here.
Interesting. I'm not too familiar with the concept of this weapon, so maybe you could explain it to me a little.
It's very simple. You point it at something and it goes boom and they fucking die.
I mean,
Is it?
A captain of mine once carried one. Well, not completely like this, but something that's looked a little bit like it around. I've seen it in action. I have no idea how it works, but it's very effective.
Yo, flintlock. This seems like a bit more advanced.
Mighty interesting.
Like, well, it was effective until it exploded in his face and took off his right hand, but you know.
Does these explode in your hand?
Do we have misfire rules? Because that's a thing.
Oh, okay.
We don't have misfire rules.
Okay, then we don't need to deal with that.
Oh, okay, cool.
I still ask, might these explode?
Technically they might. Like, you could probably rig them up to, but they shouldn't.
Nice. Yeah, so... What? Yeah. Gun seems neat. Could we... I'm very interested in these more advanced guns. How...
Boss.
Oh?
I have considered my own situation as well, considering I don't have like a ranged option except this crossbow, which I never use because I kind of suck using it.
Well, are you interested in gun?
As long as it doesn't explode like my old captain's does, like, well, the chance of it is smaller at least. Yes.
Well, we know where to get a refund if that happens.
It's hard to get a refund for my hand, you know.
Technically not, because we still got Santani.
It's also pretty hard. It's also pretty hard to come upon new ones of these. Like even making these is kind of hard without all the hell dust.
How did you chance upon this kind of design?
He's a demon general from hell.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it doesn't really explain everything, you know. Like, did he like loot it off someone, or did he come up with the design on his own? You know, that's more of like what I'm trying to figure out.
Most of them
Did
are
he
still
force lesser demons to work for him?
Most of them are actually still the boss's design, though. Those would be considered those would maybe be a little bit above above your pay grade. I feel like you would be. We're not giving out. I'm not giving out unreplaceable artifacts.
So
But
you're saying we cannot get a gun?
You can get a gun, but
Oh.
none of the ones handcrafted by the boss.
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah, makes sense. Makes sense to me.
How many guns could we technically get for our kind deed?
You're looking for. I'm assuming you're looking for 2, 3. What you're looking for?
I'm a businessman.
Ah,
How would you price the delivery of this message through angels, aberrations too, and rival devils? This perilous journey from almost across the river.
I don't really deal much in money.
Well, we're dealing in guns.
Yeah. So I feel like what kind of it always depends on what kind of implement you guys want. I feel like that big guy over there might be in need of something quite heavy.
Guys,
Ooh.
is it pointing at me or?
Yeah,
Yes.
you're
Probably
the
like,
big
I'm
guy.
Who are you calling fat?
No, I'm calling you tall.
I'm not. What is everybody thinking? I'm tall. I'm slightly higher than average. Like fucking humans and below average for my own race. What is this?
Maybe he's referring to your width.
Oh,
You are a pretty stocky individual.
Beefy.
you're all so standard. You don't eat enough. Especially you boss. From like slaps him on the back, so kinda hard.
Does Peril just fall prone?
Hey, give me a second here. I don't.
Oh wow!
Just like, yes, I am Finn. I know. Thank you very much.
You can spend more time like pulling ropes and hanging from the top of a mast. I'll get you fit and in shape fast.
Anyway, would you like to be heavy instead of heavy guy, heavy weapons guy?
You're calling me fat now as well.
No, I'm calling you dangerous from a far distance.
Well, I'm
And
always dangerous, but
Yeah, would you
I
like to
like
expand your radius?
I like the idea of having something that can be dangerous from a long distance, other than my good looks.
So you said you had a heavy gun. How
Yup.
heavy are we talking?
Before it gets the Lewis machine gun.
rocket launcher heavy.
I
From
doubt.
standing
I
around with a
doubt.
fucking Gatling gun. Just like a little handle on it.
Yeah, you just have to
Have to
spin it for
crank.
3 turns.
You have to crank it, and then like it goes.
We just once you get on a ship, instead of loading a cannon, we just load you.
I'm talking about one of these beauties, and he pulls out something with. He pulls out a truly massive, almost hybrid between a cannon and a rifle.
What the hell? That's some boomstick you got there.
Now that's firepower.
Yeah. And basically, so as you know, for ranged weapons, you need, or if you want to be effective at range, you need some sort of dexterity in your fingers. But for this thing,
I'm not handicapped. Okay, I can use my hands.
but for this kind of thing, you need to be strong and quick, or strong of finger and fast of finger. Yes, that's not what I wanted to say.
You mean stronger finger stronger finger and faster finger to get a date. Yes, gotcha.
What about the fingers?
Basically, this is this is a very heavy weapon, and it basically uses your strength modifier plus your dexterity modifier -3.
What's your dexterity modifier?
2.
That is very good.
I mean, it's still worse than a pure strength weapon for him, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but then we're talking
by,
heavy
by,
range.
by 1.
What is the range on this on this booty?
And like again, if I pop up my dex to 3, then it's the same.
yeah. The range, if you want to be fully accurate, it would be in the 40-foot range. Though you could probably you'd probably still have a chance to hit someone at 200 feet.
Oh, it's a short range.
200 feet for a giant cannon. That's short, mate. I think like muskets, flintlocks, shit like that. Effective range is like maybe 40 yards if you're very effective.
Are we talking spread or length?
I'm talking effective range.
I mean, do muskets have an effective range? Because
Yeah,
from what I know, the whole thing about a musket is that you just aim it in the general direction of your enemy and hope that it hits.
Yeah, that's because they're inaccurate as hell if you go beyond. Like, if it's more than, say, like 50 meters, that's generous. Maybe like 30 meters.
Yeah, but no, I thought it was
the
the same
chance that
thing
you're
like
hitting anything
there.
is very, very low. But it takes some distance before it gets very inaccurate. But the reason you masked it is because they were inaccurate on their own. But if you have a lot of them, you could probably hit something.
I thought they were still inaccurate at short ranges.
No, you can hit them
But
with muskets.
they are, but not to the but not ridiculously inaccurate.
Right. Okay. So
So
we
not
have.
to the point where you're like,
Okay. Well, anyway, so we have like a normal range up to 40 feet, and then a disadvantage up to 200 feet. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Honestly, we might bump that up to 300. The disadvantage range.
It is powder weapon.
Yeah. What sort of dice are you talking here?
We're talking about 2d6 fire damage.
That can be neat.
So it's basically a great sword I can shoot with.
It's a 40 feet.
Long
40 feet
distance,
free.
long distance great sword.
We can definitely do some funny things with that.
Though the beauty about this one is because it basically just shoots fire. It doesn't really use up any ammunition.
Oh no, that's cheap.
Though problem with that is it still takes roughly 6 seconds for the hell powder to heat up the barrel again.
I think there's a 1-turn cooldown on it.
I'm saying it doesn't use ammunition, but it still has the loading property.
Yeah.
So it's still 1 shot per turn.
Could it take? Oh right, that's what loading means. I'm stupid.
Yeah.
I thought loading was like you shoot it, then you have to spend a turn to fix it.
No,
it's
it's literally
like
just 1 shot per turn.
What if,
That
and
is
bear
neat.
with me here,
Is that bear with
we
you?
set it up over a raging campfire, so it heats up the barrel? Would that work at all, or?
That might actually work. We actually used to have like big bowls of hellfire up on top of the walls to dip our weapons in. Keeps them nice and warm.
Alright, well then
yeah.
we'll take note that get bowls of hellfire or bowls of something hot, so we just shoot multiple times. That's probably not going to be in every situation, but we'll find that convenient.
Yeah.
Well, Rom, would you like the hell gun?
Sounds like a pretty hilarious thing to shoot, not gonna lie.
Well, that seems like a... Yes, if we may have it.
Yeah.
Considering it's
And
probably gonna be pricey though.
and the other one, looking for a weapon, was
Little Sean Claw Van Damme over here.
the
Sure.
swordman over there.
The
So
fighter. The other
Fighter.
fighter.
The fighter, yeah.
Yeah.
The fire.
The
very
fighter.
very interesting sword you have there.
Why, yes, it is.
Pretty am I right in guessing that it's quite a special sword?
You are somewhat correct in that assumption.
That's a face.
So,
Two, actually.
and you said you were a fighter, right?
Indeed, I am.
You know.
Then may I ask for the other people to leave?
Goose.
Yes.
I mean, I'm too stupid, so it'd be the same if I left or stayed, to be honest.
Right. No, let's respect Sean's privacy.
Basically, as soon as the rest of the group leaves, so you're you're a warlock, aren't you?
If you want to put it like that, then yes.
And I'm correct in assuming that the other people don't necessarily know it.
Well, they kind of do.
Kind of do.
They kind of do. I never explicitly said it, but well, they know I can cast spells. It's just I just call myself a fighter because it's a lot easier, and that's what I usually do anyway.
Or like a fucking paladin.
Yeah, or
So, do you did you know that we used to give out some quite special stuff to our warlocks?
well, considering what you are, I'm not surprised actually.
So, I would have these beauties for you. And he pulls out two pistols with a revolving magazine with patterns upon them depicting winding gears. So I don't know how to explain this fluff-wise. So mechanically, these do you have the improved pact weapon thing?
Yes,
do.
I do.
Basically, that allows you to make ranged weapons your pact weapon, or make have your pact weapon be a ranged weapon as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. basically, with these things attuned to you, when you make your packed weapon a ranged weapon, it can actually become 2 ranged weapons, or basically split into 2 pistols. And yeah, other than that, they would technically be +1 weapons, but that's not important if you're...
Yeah, if you have the improved pack weapon, because
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like we spoke about before, they have a magazine of... Do we do 6 or 8? I feel like the 6 shooter is more iconic, but mechanically I would want 8. I don't know. I don't know.
Let's go.
That's the 6.
Let's go with 6. Yeah, let's go with 6.
Let's go with 6.
I like the number 6. You know, it fits thematically. He's from hell anyway, so the number 6 should also technically be more thematic.
Like I mentioned, D4 weapons, and one of them deals cold damage, the other deals fire damage.
Righty interesting. Seeing as how these are specially crafted, do they need ammunition to function?
They do. They do need. They do need. How do you call it? Once you're out of juice, it's they do need a while to refill it, but you don't actually need to take ammunition with you.
As he says that, you know, I pretend to light a cigarette, which we all know right now is prestidigitation smoke on my mouth. So
you just vaped.
I just vape.
Yeah. So basically, they use the magazine feature, and after you used your 6 shots, you kind of need to switch out the magazine for a spare magazine. But that spare magazine, but while it's spare, it basically recharges. Yeah.
So I basically need to spend an action or bonus action to switch out, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
After 6 shots.
So like for me, like oh no, sorry.
No, I was just about to ask, by recharge, do you mean like I can't use it for that duration, or after I spend the bonus action, then I can use it?
With recharge, I mean the one you swapped out basically refills in your pocket.
Oh, okay. So let's say I use the fire one, I shoot 6 shots, then bonus action to refill, it would swap out to the ice one? Is that correct?
No, but that would make the weapon even cooler.
Oh,
So actually, you're getting 4 magazines with different, like basically you have the swap out magazines and the main magazines. So it's actually 4 different ones, and then it's fire, cold, acid, and I guess poison. Oh, lightning. Lightning is cooler.
I was thinking, so when I swap out, you know, the magazine, it changes to a different type of ammo. Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I think I understand that.
Yeah. So. And I feel like with those 3 things, we should be even.
Most likely, yes. Though that's up to my boss to decide, though. But
yeah.
He should also be saying it's even.
Then I guess we should meet back up with your friends.
Of course. Take my last quote unquote puff of smoke. And yeah, we regroup.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're meeting back up probably in the living room. I don't know where you actually waited.
Yeah, most
I'd
likely.
assume you guys waited in the living room.
I
So,
thought so too.
your friend got these two wonderful weapons, and your other friend has his big gun. Would you agree that that would be enough?
I always want more, but I feel like I might just not push it for once. Though, it's the continuation to this message of sorts, if I may be so bold.
I mean, you said the guys that were carrying the message kind of got captured.
Yeah.
Might be useful to tell Ashley about it.
So if you again are basically devils of crafting, that would be very nice. Incur some favors.
Problem is, what's the next major city you're thinking about visiting?
The western campus of the Crawling Lands.
Then I think that that kind of delivery might not be fast enough if you would need to actually, because I don't think Ashley has a mansion there. So yeah, I will send someone else.
Use.
Nothing personal, just time constraints.
Right. Fair enough. Thanks for the trade. So, thanks for the reward.
Yeah. Do you maybe want to eat something? The air still tastes slightly of burnt chicken.
I think
Hell just does a nope. Thanks for the meal.
I think it's quite alright.
Yeah.
I hope it was chicken.
I hope to. Then, with that being said, good luck on your travels, I guess.
Yep, have a good one.
You too, partner. Alright. Now, I'm assuming the stats are the pistol stats?
The stats, like I said, pistol by default.
Ah.
Then, I think we do our first break now.
Yeah, so we can fix out some technical stuff.
So it's a pistol, but it does 1d4. Okay.
shall become unbroken. Unbroken, unbroken. What's the correct scene? This one. Unbroken. Yes. So, you are leaving the house. You're probably leaving for your carriage.
Yes.
Yes.
And then making your way across the country. Towards the western capital. We'll just... if you don't mind, we'll just skip over that day of traveling, basically.
But then they're gonna start having preparing spells, so shit, oh, yeah. Works.
I mean, you can do your long rest stuff.
Yeah, we do that for a day, so yeah.
Got that done. Got my hit die back. That's it.
And I will write that down on my calendar thing. Where is my calendar thing? Oh yeah, there it is. 1 day east to west. Boom. Yes, you yet again have arrived at the city gates.
Wait, I thought it took multiple days. I was talking Western City or Central City.
Oh yeah, it would be 2 days over there, yes.
Oh, so many new spells.
Do you intend to actually stay, do anything at the center again?
Considered offering the Nyogi Queen some Ningyo flesh, but I feel like I might get executed for that. Just like I heard you were dying. Would you like to not die? Or maybe still die and then damn your soul?
I mean, you could certainly try.
I am not. Fuck that. And I sure shit can't kill that laughing tree yet. I demand vengeance. Let me just get me all my social abilities up and fucking running.
Yeah. If you are at all coming close by the laughing tree, he finds it very funny that you can't kill it right now.
I'll get you, bitch.
Ha ha.
I'll get you, bitch.
Yes. So then you don't have any particular thing to do at the center?
I don't at least believe Ishan gave us like a sign to. Actually, did Ishan give us a sign to contact the contacts in the capital?
I don't think so.
Nope.
Well, then we're probably gonna go back to her village to ask her that.
Oh yes, signs for the contacts.
Oh right, yeah, Ishan, like if you know planning or the whole thing, could we need to know? Of course, you can always tell them in advance, but good for us to know too what we can do.
So, contacts in the city. We were talking about basically people staking out the castle, not spying on the entire city, I think.
Yeah, basically, which of the guards are in on it?
I'm thinking about. I'm currently thinking about making the sign of the fanged hand just the west side sign, but it's got like 3 fangs. But it's a bad. I feel like that might be a bad idea.
My second guess was just going to be.
That's even more terrible than anything ever.
Like, wow.
How about you ask them if they have seen any trouble, and if they answer, I think I've. We now need a useful. This is a thing I should have thought about before. Even in character, Ashan should have thought about that before. But
really, if you weren't that much more powerful than me, I would call you an idiot.
Do you guys have any idea for a sign? And don't do that hand gesture again.
Well, if they've seen any trouble. How about if they've seen any trouble? Yeah.
Yeah. That's a little bit too.
No, I forgot halfway through what I was going to say.
I feel like the cheesemakers are planning a rebellion.
Yes.
Yes.
I think there would also be some weird response to that.
Would it? Yeah, I guess you need the response back.
So they can know we are in on it. Cheesemakers are making a rebellion. I'll call the bakers.
Yes. So, other than that, you are on your merry way inside of the wagon. If there's anything you want to talk about in character, this would be the perfect time.
Well, again, howdy, y'all. We are going to the camps now. To remind people, we are just staying here for a couple days. We may try to stake out some information, maybe keep sort of a low profile, and if not, keep it to fucking tourist levels of tomfoolery. No big magics, no death. We can't have people die. We already done plenty of trade. So we maybe scope some information. Well, actually, information would actually be the top part. Nils, my watery friend. Nils?
Oh, sorry, I thought you were just saying my name.
Well, Nils, my watery friend. How good are you at espionage?
Well, I'd say I'm decently stealthy. I'm not like the guy tiptoeing through through shadows kind of shit, but I can sneak around a bit.
Right, because I've done most of the business I need to do within the town and most of our business. So we do still need to maybe gather some sort of information, set up some sort of plan. Or I already have an idea for a form of distraction. But that'll take maybe a day that'll take me only a day to set up.
So what you're saying is you need me to get information?
If you're saying we all can find out different avenues of the information. I have, my high class and training. Grom can go through the bars.
Yes, to get information, exactly.
Yes. You should probably able to just blend into crowds and speak to stuff. Sean, you don't seem much of a sneak.
Not particularly.
Let's say, do you have any, let's call it, moral boundaries? Like, where would you draw the line in terms of actions? Like, we know that killing and eating a guard seems to have not been the line. So where you seem to say most sane one. So where the hell is your line?
Well, anything that doesn't involve, killing of innocent, I should be fine with that.
So the guards are not innocent.
Well, that's up for debate, ain't it?
Fair point. Fair point. Then maybe I've had you accompany me to whatever prep work I might have in store.
It's fine by me.
Yeah. It's like a plan for now.
So,
Otherwise, we might as well do a little celebration now that we can like doing so well on our missions. Yeah, they are gonna know we are here anyway, so there's nobody needs to hide from the general Princess Crown because they are expecting us somehow.
Hmm.
Basically, I'm offering we go out drinking.
Sure, why not?
so you make it to town, or
I
is
believe so.
you make it? You make it to town. Yeah, the guards let you in. I guess they will first ask for your name. Do you give them your real name?
Do we?
I
Do we want to give?
believe we are not really that hidden in any way, shape, or form.
So, yeah, if you just give the guards your real name, they say that you are expected and will let you in.
Yep. Knew it.
There
And
that's
just to be
also
sure,
you are also being offered free cost and logis at any inn you may decide to rest.
oh well, ain't that just neat? And then to be sure, how many nights do we have until?
Until the plant meeting.
Yeah.
You just spent 2 on the way back. Where do I have the date for the plant meeting? I should have it somewhere. Do you have it somewhere where you might be able to find it more quickly?
No, I believe it was a week from there. Then on the same day, would believe we had a week from here. Then we spent like 1 to 2 days to get to the center.
Yeah.
Then we spent
So it should be in 3 days.
so 2 nights.
Yeah.
Right, that works.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
well, I say we should probably. What all of those people want to do? Do you all want to do the party first or some info gathering first?
I feel like the partying would be a reward for the info gathering part if it goes well. Right?
Yeah. Let's do our work first before we actually enjoy ourselves.
Well, then we just try to meddle with people of our kind to gather information. Information would generally be what can we expect within the cast in the castle, any rumors of archetypes that could be in there.
Well, then Grum would like to try to locate the most like suspect drinking bar in the entire city,
It was exactly my thought for you, yes.
like the place where there is to be the most crooks.
Yeah. And otherwise, yeah, Nils, I would like to just have you just skulk around trying to see where you can find of hidden talks there. So
Oh, I honestly thought you were going to say kill a guard, take their place, and then investigate the castle.
how the hell would you take the place of a Nyogi?
All right. I forget. Sometimes I forget that it's Nyogi.
Yep, half insect, reptilian, small creatures.
it's like the worst thing to try and imitate, maybe.
And I should probably point out at this point, when they say small, you hear a little. Right. I actually completely forgot to introduce you guys. And a little armored, a little spider crawls on Peril's shoulder with a trumpet on his head, like as part of his body. A little horn. This is little dude. Got him at the city. He can also do some small scale work here and there. Everyone say hi to a little dude.
Well, hello there.
Just so everyone can get an actual good look of it. Guess I can also give the stream a good look at it. Where button?
Rama, you're not gonna greet little dude.
Dude.
Ram,
Sorry, what?
are you not gonna greet little dude?
Little dude.
Little dude.
Why would I greet it?
Why you would not greet my familiar?
Well, I don't know. I don't think Grum is that big on newts.
Well, don't worry, little dude. Also, little dude is a little spider with a trumpet on his head.
Dude.
Dude.
Dude, 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 dude.
I still have to get a horn for it. Well, anyway, there he will go with me. So yeah, Grum talk to the shady people. Nick tries to gather information either within the populace or basically I want you to eavesdrop and espionage on general information, blend with the crowd, sort of deal. And me and Sean is gonna just I'll talk to higher influence people, just talk to the guards that are in on it, and other things. Yep.
So, basically, from everyone who's trying to gather information by asking around, I would want an investigation check. While from it's only Nils that's sneaking, if I understood it correctly, and trying to listen in on conversations. From him, I would want a stealth check.
Yeah. Do you have a proficiency in investigations, Ray?
Nope.
Well, then I'll just hope mine goes well. I'll say like
Like
for
I
now.
said, from everyone else, from all the other guys, not from one of the other guys.
Okay, so all of us, because yeah, for the first part, yeah. So basically, Grom is asking the shady people, Nils is listening around, and we are talking to more higher scale noble people.
You know, Rom can actually do a con save first.
Oh,
Let's
shit.
make it a DC 13, and if he manages to stay lucid enough during the drinking to properly ask questions, then I will actually give him an advantage at getting the information out of the drunkards.
Basically, can he outdrink the shady people to get in?
Yes.
he can.
Yes, I
So
can.
now you get an advantage on the investigation check.
Well, I definitely need that.
17. Nice.
So,
So Grom will be able to be information from the basically underground from the underground information. Nils would be general information, and I want to say nobility or upper class information.
High society.
High society. That is right. That's the thing.
You talk to people who have money.
money.
Hello. Do you have money?
Can you imagine how self-pretentious you have to be to call that high society because you have money?
Seems like the right people to ask. Then, if you want to know about high society, I know about high class.
I hate rich people sometimes.
Eat the
I mean,
fucking rich.
I feel like finding out that information would be tough in and of itself. Like, imagine if some giant uh, armed individual walked up to you and asked, "Hey, do you have money? Do you know where the money is?"
That's
You-
why.
you-
That's why I brought the
Imagine from
least
doing that.
threatening party member with me.
Imagine from doing that. Coming in, halberd drawn, no gun drawn, cocks it, and it's like, hey, who has money?
You have money.
The
Money.
closest thing I do with my guns there is just twirl it around just to practice for fun.
And I can imagine if someone has
Goes
a
up.
lot of money, they might also have a lot of knowledge, so they would know that is a gun from hell.
The thing is, with a lot of people who have money and maybe who aren't too smart, they like to show off they have money all the time. So it would be very easy to see if they have money or not.
I think it's more easy to see if they have money and information. If they have only money, you can tell, and if they have also information, they also might be smart. Harold would tell the difference, and definitely with a 25.
I have like an idea. You can probably tell from pretty fast if the money is old or not as well. Like if it's something they inherited or something they made themselves.
Yes, nepotism. That
Not
could
I'm
definitely.
sorry, but
It's nepotism, it's just inheritance.
you're making me think of a Monopoly man, Yogi.
Did you know Monopoly was a game invented by like a communist, like in its original form, to
It was,
lay
it
out
was
the
all
issue?
landlords.
Yeah, to like to lay out like the big issues about capitalism and to showcase how it always end up in somebody owning everything and everybody else being exploited until they die. And then it got made into a hit family game that destroys families.
I once had a PlayStation for Monopoly that went on for 7 hours, and then just be me and my brother. It was just like we were like the game would go on until someone.
We're kind of getting off track a bit.
Yeah, I was just giving you time to think about all the information to tell us.
So,
I have more Monopoly fun facts if you need to.
yeah. So, starting with Ron, basically, in the opinion of the drunk people, things have
Not
gone
all
to
have been drunk, but okay.
things have gone to shit since or things are not like they used to be since that weird since that weird advisor guy came in and made all those deals with those Earth people. Like, why are they even here? And yeah, that would be the main thing. That would basically be the main thing from you. That
I think Nils meant specifically he was like trying to find the most shadiest place.
Like I'm not just sitting at any like odd bar with common folk. I'm finding the place where all the crooks are and like getting a feel for how the whole underworld is. I'm a pirate for God's sake. I will fit right in.
well, the
Like if there is
criminal
any like
information.
if there's any like criminal or if there's any organized crime or just de-organized crime going on in this place, I will find the place where most of them gather, at least sometimes.
That's what I meant with like Grom was trying basically his information to will be originate from the underground. Then Nils would be from the general populace, and I would be from upper society.
Okay, then we'll basically do that for
Nils.
yeah. Thing is, what kind of criminal information would I
Well,
be
more
looking
like
for?
like stuff that happens in the stuff that happens in shadows in the background, in the underground. That could be like more less things for not for the populace to see. That might like be concerning the princess and all that.
Like if you have stuff that's like goods that are moving in and out of the city without any markings and not through official channels, but it isn't the criminals that are shipping it back and forth, or it is talk of like certain procedures of the guards doing weird things, or like people disappearing as well. Or if there's maybe like big crackdowns on like crime, for example, that would also be a talk point. Shit like that.
Yeah, a lot of in terms of how do you call it, slave trade or just human trafficking. That's the word I was looking for. In recent times, the government has actually not softened their official stance, but seemed to how point a blind eye. Is that the figure of speech? But
Yeah.
anyway,
it's turn a blind eye.
Turn a blind eye. That's it, not point. Okay, but turn a blind eye towards it, and there's some talk about the buyers actually about how the buyers might even be connected to the princess and her little experiments that she does on the nights.
On the nights, or as in nights, or as in nighttime?
As in nights, the people.
Okay.
I was saying it's like a crooked cop situation. It's like the cops like stop the slave trade and then just take the product from themselves. I watched American Gangster not long ago.
Well, in terms of high society, the big thing is no one, even though the princess's advisor calls himself like a counselor, acts like a nobleman and was almost immediately accepted. No one actually knows where he came from or knows any noble houses he's connected to. And there's also a general concern about the king's mental state, with him giving less and less speeches, and them also just sounding worse and worse over time, and spending so much money and material on building those giant pointless statues all over the city.
What materials are those statues made of?
Stone, iron, bronze.
Both. Nasty.
From the criminal underbelly, there's also been talk about some people actually being let off if they promise to basically become the land equivalent of freebooters. Like,
what you mean?
As in, some highwaymen are becoming professional highwaymen that are raiding caravans of other cities or of the other, like,
Are the
kingdoms.
employers? Can I find out who who is suspected to employ them?
Oh, it's talking about them getting like an actual okay from the state, like a freebooter would do.
They actually get
Sanctioned
certified.
marauding. Sanctioned marauding. Okay.
They get
Yeah.
certified. Fucking John was right to assume they needed a license. They have a license.
Especially, and they are apparently getting especially well paid should they bring back any iron or other weaponable metals.
They seem mighty raidable themselves.
Yeah.
Which is
well,
bandit hunting. Afterwards, yeah.
I think that should be it.
Right, that would be general information. Also, Parallel will also want to try to find some guards. Basically, try to approach the center castle, and then try to find some guards that are in on it to get some more lay of the lay of the land information.
From that, you will gain some information about all over the castle. There's those weird statues holding wands. Not as big as the ones outside, just roughly human-sized, or some smaller, some a bit larger. But
you said towards the castle there was a bunch of statues holding
inside of the castle.
Inside? I'm already okay. Yeah.
No, you're not on the inside. He's talking about the guard is talking about the inside of the castle.
Inside the castle there are statues holding what?
Wands.
Magic.
And they seem to be functional in some way.
Magic golems, I want.
Another thing.
What material were the statues made of?
They were mostly made from clay.
Clay. Go on.
Oh yeah, next point or anything more about the statues?
More about cast information.
Alright, the other stuff about the castle would be that there definitely are a lot of other precautions of the magical kind being done. Like certain rooms just mages being called to certain rooms to do different kinds of enchantments, though he doesn't know what kind, but there seem to be a lot of rooms that just have general enchantments, just generally had some work done on them by mages.
Perhaps. Well, what's the name of this particular god I'm talking to right now?
Jakil.
Well, Jakil, how much are you willing to give for the cause? More
What
like
do
not,
you...
actually not give. How much are you willing to take?
You want me to trigger a magic trap?
Yes. No, actually no. I want you to trigger. Well, yes, but not here.
Later.
I may or may not at some point set up a certain glyph, you might say, somewhere, and that will release some creatures under your command, and I might have you use them for a bunch of distractions.
That sounds...
To be specific, glyph of warding summon minor elementals, magma mythics, burn everything.
That's quite radical, but...
How willing I don't say that specifically to him. I'm asking more like how much you're willing to take for the cause.
I'd be willing to fight, yes.
Well, I hope you don't mind burning buildings.
I don't.
The casualties can be up to you.
Okay.
El Tequila, then on the day we arrive here, I'll give you a little note.
That is fine with me, so...
Thank you. Wow.
I have to go get those cheesemakers under control now.
Yep, I'll be sure to notify the bakers.
Indeed. Yeah.
Well, John, we have to find a house.
Alright. Any idea where it might be?
Well, it just has to be slightly vacated, but still close enough to populace. And easy for anyone to get into.
Easy for anyone to get into.
We might need a guard to go in at some point.
Well, let's think. Most likely you want something cheap and a bit run down then.
Yeah, maybe edge of slum sort of thing. Yeah, see what we can find.
Most likely. Close enough to the populace, and probably shitty enough that nobody will want to go stay there.
I just need chaos.
Well, we can go looking there first. Let's see what it has.
Yes.
Continue twirling the two guns all along.
Like chaos. Yeah.
Yeah. Twirling two guns.
So, you are just looking for an empty building, basically, near the as near as possible to as close as possible to the castle.
Yeah, actually, yeah, and near empty, close enough to at least where the usual guard will be, proper distraction.
Hmm.
And actually,
So,
and
you're not
one
getting an.
but first, once we at least when we try to find a place, if when we find a place, I'm gonna have us try to find another secluded corner, and then I'm gonna third level cast invisibility on me and John, and then we're gonna go into the house.
So, you're actually getting a recommendation for a house from one of the guards, because that house belongs to a merchant that's aligned with the cause. No, it's not filled with Swift. Not everything is filled with
No,
Swift.
because why the fuck would he be aligned to the cause?
Like, for some types of business, war is pretty bad.
Yeah, even my business too. Who the fuck needs jewelry when there's war?
Yeah. So, he's not really that happy with them planning to start an all-out war.
Well, he won't really be doing much business since, in a week or two he will die in a vote.
That's also true.
So he might just not care. Actually, most of them probably wouldn't care. Well, yep. So find a place that will seem like if a big fire spreads out from it, and probably not just a building will start from multiple buildings at the same time, because that you can do and can summon 8 at the same time.
Yep.
And yeah, so it would probably a lot of the guards would concentrate on that. Create a big distraction, and yeah.
Yeah.
And then of course once we find that place, we're just gonna go back, find a corner.
How
And then
does the Glyph of Warding actually interact with concentration spells?
believe then becomes the caster's concentration.
The
So,
casting time is concentration, I believe, but
Casting time is concentration. It doesn't matter if you mean invisibility. Yeah, the
no,
invisibility is gonna. Okay. Yeah, I
I'm
believe
talking about how when the Glyph summons creatures, the Conjure Minor Elemental is concentration, right?
it is.
Will it then just be your concentration?
It's a doubt. Let's see. It's such a long written spell. I believe it. Like there's certain things that don't work.
oh no, if the spell requires concentration, it lasts until the end of its full duration. So it doesn't really, it doesn't actually require your concentration.
Okay.
If the spell has a target, it targets the creature that triggered the glyph. Its spell affects an area. Yeah. If the spell summons hostile creatures or creates harmful objects traps, they appear as close as possible to the intruder and attack it. So concentration, it lasts until the end of its full duration. So
Yep.
since so it's independent, and like with summoning spells, there's like certain conditions. So what I would imagine is basically if the triggering phrase, which I'm gonna give to Jakil, is said, the Mephix will basically command it to like the person who said the phrase will be under his command for the duration, which is an hour.
I think this is part of why, like, the Glyph of Warding combo, where you put it in the bag of holding and all that, doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't like you can't move it, so it's more like once they cast a spell, the Mephits are if it's like possible, have them be under his control. Because or if I can just like once they trigger, they just have it it's possible for them to have a preset command like spread out and do fire. I can also just have it be fireball. That also works. That'll also burn everything. But I just found Mythics to be fun because then it's just like Fire Realm attacking Earth Realm.
Yeah.
So that's all they have. Like if his Isle Mythics become under Jakir's control, or they just follow my distinct command of burn shit to the ground.
Great distinct commands.
What?
Great, very good command.
Burn.
Burn it all.
Burn.
Logo, sir, have you tried to burn today?
Yeah, that is a fire method. Yeah, what sort of stats it do? Yeah, no, is it only magma?
There's the magma method. There shouldn't be a fire method.
Oh, well, anyway, yeah, you can cast. Of course, you can cast.
Because you know, into like methods are always supposed to be made up of 2 elements.
All right, that's how it is. But yeah, of course, it has either, of course, can once per day or just once cast heat metal.
Yeah.
Which is neat because like maybe some knights trying to fuck with them, they just burn them too. And then of course have a rechargeable fire breath.
Yes.
And also the claws do fire damage. And that all better ignite everything. And if they die, they explode. Oh no, what the fuck? Oh no, that's a variant of them that can like if they die, they summon more, but I doubt it.
No, you don't get the summon variant.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
I know.
You're not getting 1d4 bonus methods per method.
It is a
25% chance. Yes, I know.
Yeah, I actually read it as like if it died, it could spawn more.
No,
I know.
You can't just decide as an action.
Again, that was never the intent. I just had never seen that before. I intended to use as
I think it's also just generally on devils and demons, if I remember correctly.
I could see that. I could see that fit. But yeah, anyway, general command: burn shit, spread fire. If they die, need. If it ends activating all the golems, focusing on the Mephites, need. Hopefully they can't trace the magic back. There's no spell and effect that lets you trace magic back to someone. So let's just hope that's not a thing you've added in the game.
Huh?
I just gave you a fucking idea, didn't I?
How well would heat metal work on an iron golem?
I think iron golems are immune to fire damage. I think they even heal from it.
Yeah. It just literally becomes hot.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's more like to fuck with people in plate, or as I've heard certain YouTubers call it, baked potato.
Wouldn't a giant red hot iron fist hurt more than just a cold iron fist?
Yeah, I think that actually would give the column the weapon damage bonus.
Just give it heat. Yeah, you just give it like on fire weapon.
Though funnily enough, animated armor doesn't have resistance or immunity to fire damage, so you could, in theory, bake animated armor with heat metal. How does that work? I'm not sure, but yeah.
Okay, so if you're ever a caster that for some reason manages to get an iron golem, you should definitely heat metal it. I mean, fire absorption plus bonus damage, that's just amazingly good.
Once I know of a campaign where they had a guest player and like he gave it like they were so high level that like he was a high level wizard and he was given Iron Golem and he decided to cast greater invisibility on it and then put the golem in lock him between him and a corner. So basically the Iron Golem was basically an invisible wall between him and the wizard, and the wizard could just cast spells through the golem, targeting the golem too because it did not matter. He ended up killing 2 party members with Cone of Cold. And I almost did the same to once I played a guest character in that campaign too. To the same guy that lost a character.
With the same golem?
Nope, I was a overstated crossbow fighter. And I hit double sharpshooter. He was a monkey druid. No, he was a monk druid. Experienced a monkey. I just instantly shot him out of the monkey. Did like 50 damage in 2 shots. And
So-
for reference, Nils, that was Jacob.
Ah,
I almost instantly killed
So-
Jacob. Yeah.
So, you got your information, you got your house, you got your glyph of warding.
Party.
Party.
And then we have a little free day for doing independent stuff.
Do we want to quit before the independent stuff so everyone can have a week to think about the independent stuff they want to do?
I think so. Yeah, we can do party and then we can stop the session. How does that sound?
Yeah.
Yeah. Party.
Party time.
Party.
What kind of party are you actually going to throw?
I think we just drink. Peril hasn't drunk with the people before.
Yeah, as I mentioned, basically in all the taverns, you are getting free booze and free food and free stay.
Oh,
Wow.
that was meant with leisure. Okay.
Yeah, because you are guests of the princess.
Wow. Free stuff.
Free stuff.
Well, time to hammer some hammer some fucking beer.
At this point, just walks in, scratching my arms. Hey, you got any more of that space weed?
Like you finally come off your fucking high, just like nah. But you might be able to bargain for it if we accomplish that certain a quest we were given.
Mm-hmm.
So, I sure would like to see you access the 4th dimension again.
Ah, whatever. Let's get to drink.
Yes. See how much we can drink. Is that con saves consecutively?
I mean, you do have a day of leisure time, so I don't need the con saves, but...
we're having a drinking competition, so it's a con save.
Okay.
Okay.
It's okay. Okay, we go out round elimination, so the lowest con save goes out until there's one man standing.
Sure. I'll probably.
All right.
Well, round 1.
So who rolls first? Okay.
Everyone.
We just roll simultaneously.
Alright,
That was tight.
Hmm.
How about the LCC? So like, alright, everyone, let's start. And Peril just goes fucking out immediately.
That's one.
Well,
Who's up for next round?
I'm up for next round.
Yeah, that's more like it.
I've never drank much before, but I didn't expect that I'll drink the boss.
I got it so skinny.
It was a good roll too, just like
yeah, that's the thing, right?
It's us, he's skinny. Can't take it.
Yeah, perhaps.
Here we go again. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
How do we tie break that?
You just roll again. You two.
Yeah.
Hang
Yeah.
around.
18.
Grom
Wow.
is dead.
Grom
Grom has been drinking all day, so he's a bit exhausted.
It's still, he still has a flavor of the space beer on him.
Yeah. Listen here. I might have overdone a little bit today, so I don't expect me to win this, but I think you know.
It's
And then he's out. He
alright.
just starts sleeping.
Yeah. Then it's up to
I
John
just-
and Nils.
I just look at news about, well, an unexpected result. I didn't actually expect to last this long, but oh well.
Jesus Christ, mate.
He's
Nugget.
experienced drinker.
So, now that the party has used up all their good con saves,
I just look at the 3 knock and I'm like, oh well. Unexpected result, but I'll take it.
You're like Legolas from that scene in Lord of the Rings where he and Gimli is having a drinking contest, and Gimli just fucking dies. And Legolas is like, Legolas is like, I feel a slight tingle in my fingers.
I think I remember the lore, like the elven wine is way more like stronger than the dwarvish beer and all that. So Legolas is like really accustomed to drinking anyway.
It was supposed to be Fiona rolling, and she's out too.
She's
Great.
out.
So,
Oh shit! That means I have to carry all three of them. In the
I would
room.
say Peril probably would have ritual casted Tales of Floating Disc in advance.
Yeah, but you passed out, so what are you concentrating on?
Sheer
okay.
Shears of Wars of Will. It could basically just be then if John carries Peril and then puts the rest on the Tales of Floating Disc, then it'll follow him.
I'll just mentally move each of you 5 feet at a time.
Ikafra didn't have any strength, did he?
Kafra's not here, unfortunately.
I mean, oh yeah,
No, they want to do something. I remember.
They were basically on a separate mission.
Mhm.
I guess at least a Thillion can help.
But the
Oh,
thing
he's
is,
not
I
as-
forget he's there all the time.
Like our local archaeologists who have not done anything to understanding it.
So what happened is like Grum, like in his drunkenness, suddenly gets up again from his sleep, and then like looks around confused, like where the hell are we? and he's like visibly completely gone, but he picks up Peril, like puts him over his shoulder, and then like kicks Niels a little bit, and then picks him up as well, and then say, "All right, let's go."
Right,
And then
you are.
and then he walks zigzag, like stumbling almost to where we live.
I don't remember casting Fly.
And then when the second they get through the door, he like puts Peril and Niels down, and then he just falls flat on his face and goes back to sleep.
Like, oh, losing concentration, literally.
Boom. Well, at least I don't have to move all of them out here.
No, but we're all lying in the entrance now.
You
Like
just
on the
push us with
floor.
like a kinetic shove.
Yeah, I'll just
Use the force.
Fail to strength damage immediately because we're passed out.
Just get rolled.
just telekinetic shove all of you to where we are staying, and then once you're there, I just press it to take clean all of you off, so you don't have all that dirt and grime on you.
Just imagine like Gary's mod physics gone, just like.
Yeah,
Like every shove is just like boom.
Yeah, that's literally what I'm doing. Well, my job's done here. Now, what the hell do I do with all three of them passed out?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Thillion actually.
I'll just line up 3 bottles and practice with the guns. I'll practice my quick draw.
Okay.
I honestly thought you were gonna beat us up with the bottles when you started that sentence.
I'm so glad you did not win the drinking competition.
I thought you were gonna say that you thought I was gonna line all of you up and just shoot all of you. But, you know what? The bottle one works. Nah, I'm just practicing with the guns to see how they function well enough.
like you shoot one of them at one point, and then Grum just goes from his sleep. Oi, kick that noise down! I'm trying to drink beer over here. And then goes back to sleep.
Make it high stakes. Put the bottles on our heads.
If I miss,
I think that's just when Nils says he pops in like high stakes, bitch.
high stakes. Either
No
you hit the bottle or you hit us.
No balls. Eh?
No balls.
Look, man, I don't want to shoot you guys, so I'm just gonna do the normal thing.
And shoot a
Yeah.
gun next to us.
Yeah,
Without ear protection.
yeah, it'll be fine.
He's
Yeah.
young.
I guess give me 3 attack rolls.
Yay!
Can you hit 3 bottles? What
Yeah,
is the
that's
AC of a bottle? I'm assuming 10.
Can I hit 3 bottles? Well,
Oh
this
boy.
nat one.
Oh,
I,
oh
I
boy.
missed 1 bottle.
Oh boy.
So,
Misfire.
you hit a fire shot on the first bottle. You hit with your other hand and an ice shot on the second one.
Mhm.
And then you miss the third bottle with another, like, now switching back to the fire shot again. Like, back to the other hand. And just light up the window curtains.
Ooh. Huh. Well, let's see. Prestidigitation can it put out fire? Oh yeah, I could snuff out fire.
I think it's talking about a small fire, like candle sized, right?
Candle,
Campfire.
torch, and fan. Candle, torch, and campfire.
Okay,
Yeah.
campfire should be big enough, yeah.
Yep. I just
Boo, it's not a party without some arson.
my mistake. And then I just snapped my finger and the curtains just kind of extinguished the flames. Well, at least I know these work.
I was also thinking that the net one would have been like you managed to jam a gun that did not have bullets.
Yeah. After that, probably just go to bed. It's really about it. After the party and celebration.
Yeah. So, you wake up the next morning, and 3 out of 4 of you have a massive headache.
Harris first action is going to be like, why did Reeve have to go? We need literation right now.
Well, morning, fellas. How you lot feeling?
I need a beer. This headache won't go away before I get one.
Be
Bob
like,
reaches for his barrel of beer and just like dunks his head into it. Like comes back up like, oh, that's just good.
I think Peril would have thrown up on his bed, like, and his face in it. Wake up, realize there's a puke on his face. Presentation it off. Fall back asleep on top of the puke. Wake up, presentation it off. Just like whoop, pop off.
Well,
Do that for a couple of times, and then like he finally presentates the puke on the bed instead on his face.
How many times do you have to prestidigitate your face before you start peeling your skin off?
Not long if there's puke on it every time you do it.
seems like to me, you lot should be fine. I think by the after.
Yeah. And I think for what you're doing throughout the day, we wanted to go with next session.
Yeah, because I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I just feel like the option will be good.
Yeah. So, everyone, say your goodbyes.
Hello.
Bye bye.
Hello.
Why?
Goodbye.
And unlike last session or yesterday, where I fucked up my sign off, until the next one, have a good one, everyone.